the Carstens Grace Deux, this one right there. Yes, the 20-watt version of the 100-watt Grace, Billy Corgan signature amp, built by Carstens Amplification. I did a little run through on this on my channel a little ways back, and the first comments were sounds great, can't wait for the tone capture, sound great, can't wait to profile it, you know. And you know, I was a little like, But then I thought, well, why don't I just ask Brian Carstens, see what he thinks? And he was into it. So, yeah, we've got tone captures. We've got some Carstens tone captures, and I'm working on the profiles as well for Kemper. They sound awesome. This is an incredibly complex amp. It's just this big, rich, beautiful harmonic swirl, and it's also super dynamic. So in order to sort of capture all of that, I had to do some trickeration. Like you'll see on some of the tone captures, it says like negative gain, it says neg. In that case, so when you roll back the gain on the tone captures, it does clean up. It's just not in exactly the same way that the amp does. It's one of those things, like if you like the tone captures, you'll love the amp. Here's... So it does clean up, but it takes a while, and then you get to that sort of direct sound. It starts to it's right on the edge there. The amp, it's just a million colors in between. So to get around that, what I ended up doing is I put the cleanest sort of gain reduction device I could in between the capture and device and the head, and on the front end, sort of simulated rolling back. And as things change, it's a little different the way the amp sees the guitar, but I was able to create captures that really are not possible on the head until you roll back. So you get these lower gain captures. That's what I was doing in the beginning. I went from sort of negative to low gain to mid gain to high gain. On the head, you could just sort of set the volume and work your volume knob on the guitar to get sort of the similar results. But I'm going to show you a couple sounds. I have a selection of captures in this collection. I have a selection of captures I did with this cab using the V30, and at Brian's suggestion, I got a Celestion Cream, not a cream back, a cream. It's an Alnico speaker. It's really warm and smooth with a big broad mid-range. Complements the V30 really nicely. They just like fill each other in. And so there's that going. You'll find all of those different variations there. And then I also did direct out captures if you want to go straight into your interface and then add your own IR, which also works great. So you're not locked into our speaker choices really, but options, right? That's what this is all about, options. So let me just show you a couple of the sounds in there, and yeah, then you could go grab them. Here's one of the negative gain patches. This is called like Neg 2. Kind of get into some AC/DC sort of territory. Let's go to the low gain, which on the knob, the gain knob, is roughly like 9 o'clock. And you hear 9 o'clock, it's roaring, it's ready to go. I'm getting buzzing because it's a live P90, you know. There's a noise gate in here. Let's turn on the noise gate. Mid gain, it's like 12 o'clock on the gain knob, which is approaching ludicrous speed, really. A lot of gain. Let's just go high gain. There's no reason to even go all the way on that knob. Once you get to about 3 o'clock, you're at full everything. It's just this big wall of sound that just cuts through everything. The direct captures that are just the head straight to a load box into the capture interface and stuff, those sound terrible on their own. Just so you know, you got to put an IR on them. Actually, I mean, that kind of sounds like a Smashing Pumpkins song sometimes. Like, that's a cool sound sometimes. But if you throw an IR on it, it sounds like an amp. Sounds great. I have a small pack of free IRs that work great with ToneX. They're over on my site. You can find the link below. It was the setup I had voiced for the ToneX capture, so if you could just go grab that, throw that on if you're not, if you don't already have 8 million IRs. But, that's what you got to do. It's quite simple. So that's the new Carstens Grace Deux ToneX collection. A nice ToneX collection. Done in cooperation with Brian Carstens. Thank you, Brian, for letting us do this. This is super cool. And yeah, go to my site, get those IRs. You can find links below where to get this. And I hope you enjoy. And remember, if you like this, you're going to love that. See ya. Thanks.